Today's video I'm making is about the 2001 World Series about the New York Yankees versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. This World Series is one of the most memorable, not just because of how good the games were in New York, games 3 through 5, plus game 7 in Arizona. The other reason is that it was played the night right after 9/11. Also, with Game 4 made history by the first game that was played in November. Arizona Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks became a team in 1998 through the expansion with the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, now are known as the Rays. The Diamondbacks records from 98 through 2001. In 1998, there were 65 and 97, finished fifth in the West, and their manager was Buck Showalter. The following year, in 1999, they went 162 and won the West for the first time in their history under Buck Showalter. The following year, 2000, 85 and 77, third in the West under Buck Showalter. 2001, 92 and 70, first place in the West, first season under Bob Brenly. The playoff results that they had, they missed it in 98. In 99, they made the NLDS versus the Mets, 4 games, lost it 3 games to 1. 2000, they missed the playoffs. In 01, they won the World Series against the Yankees, 7 games, 4 games to 3. The notable players that the Diamondbacks had on their roster was Luis Gonzalez, known as Gonzo, Randy Johnson, the big unit, Steve Finley, Tony Womack, Button Kim, Reggie Sanders, Matt Williams, Mark Grace, Kurt Schilling, and Craig Counsell. The type of team that the D-backs were, they were a veteran type of team. A good portion of the roster was 30 plus years old, with a 41-year-old Mike Morgan. They were in first place. Days in first place was 108. Their longest winning streak was 9 games, 2 times. The first time it was May 25th to June 3rd, and their second one, August 10th to August 19th. And their records through each month of the season were: in April, they were 13 and 12, May 18 and 10, June 18 and 9, July, they hit a rough patch with the 11-15 record, August 18 and 10, and then another rough patch in September 10-11, and then in October 4 into the last 6 games of the season. Record by half, they were better in the first half with a record of 51-36, and then the second half, 41-34. 2001 All-Star break. The All-Star game was hosted in Seattle. This in the result, 2001 home run derby. This season, Luis Gonzalez participated in the home run derby. He went up against Sammy Sosa, Jason Giambi, Barry Bonds, Alex Rodriguez, Brett Boone, Todd Helton, and Troy Glass. Luis Gonzalez won home run derby by beating Sammy Sosa in the final round. The 2001 All-Star game was played in Seattle, Washington. This was Cal Ripken Jr. and Tony Gwynn's final All-Star game. Luis Gonzalez and Randy Johnson were starters, while Kurt Schilling was the arm in the pen for the National League. American League won the All-Star game 4-1. During the trade deadline, the Diamondbacks made a trade a couple days prior, on July 25th, with the Rays. They traded Mike DeFelici and Albie Lopez. They got Mike DeFelici and Al Lopez, and they traded Nick Baberrot and Jason Conti. Now on to the playoffs. The Diamondbacks' first matchup in the playoffs was in NLDS versus Cardinals. It was 5 games, 3 games to 2. Game 1, the Diamondbacks beat the Cardinals 1-0. Game 2, the Cardinals won 4-1. Game 3, Diamondbacks won 5-3. Game 4, Cardinals won 4-1. Game 5, Diamondbacks won 2-1. They made it to the NLCS the first time in their franchise history. They went up against the Braves. It went 5 games. The Diamondbacks won 4 games to 1. Game 1, Diamondbacks won 2-0. Just like the first game in the NLDS, they didn't allow their opponent to score a single run. Game 2, Braves won 8-1. Game 3, Diamondbacks won 5-1. Game 4, Diamondbacks won 11-4. And then for the clinching game, Diamondbacks won 3-2 for the first National League Championship win in their history. Now on to the Yankees. These are the 3-time consecutive World Series champs, 98 through 2000, who are trying to get their 4th in a row with an aging roster, and this will be their last time in the World Series before 2003. This World Series, they were not the hated team since everyone was on them due to 9/11. The season records from 98 through 2001. The Yankees, their best team was in 98 with a record of 114-48. They finished first in the East, and they were under Joe Torre. In 99, they were 98-64, finished first in the East, and they were under Joe Torre. In 2000, their record dipped to 87-74, still won the East under Joe Torre. In 01, they improved to 95-65-1, won the East underneath Joe Torre. Their playoff results from 98 to 01 was World Series champs in 98 against the Padres, who swept them. 99 against the Braves, who swept them, 4 games each. 2000, they went up against the Mets, Subway Series, 5 games. They won that 4 games to 1. Lost against the Diamondbacks, 4 games to 3 in 2001. Their notable players were Jorge Posada, Tino Martinez, Alfonso Soriano, Derek Jeter, Scott Brosius, Chuck Knobloch, Bernie Williams, Paul O'Neill, David Justice, Shane Spencer, Mike Messina, Andy Pinnett, Roger Clemens, Mariano Rivera, Orlando Hernandez, and Mike Stanton. 2001 All-Star break for the Yankees. Roger Clemens started for the American League, while George Torre was managing their team due to winning the World Series prior season. On the bench, they had Jorge Posada and Derek Jeter. In the bullpen, they had Andy Pinnett, Mike Stanton, and Mariano Rivera. Their trade deadline started early. On June 30th, they traded Ricardo Arroboles to the Reds for Mark Wohlers. And then a month later, the day before the trade deadline, back in 01, the deadline was on July 31st, they traded Brett Jody and Darren Blakely to the Padres for Sterling Hitchcock. Their playoff results in 2001 were in the ALDS, they went up against the A's second year in a row. 5 games, 3 games to 2, the Yankees won. Game 1, A's won 5-3. Game 2, the A's won 2-0. Game 3, the Yankees won 1-0. Game 4, Yankees won 9-2. Game 5, the Yankees won 5-3. In the ALCS, the Yankees went up against the Mariners. There was a 5-game series, 4 games to 1. They beat the Mariners. Game 1, the Yankees won 4-2. Game 2, Yankees beat the Mariners 3-2. Game 3, Mariners won 14-3. Game 4, the Yankees won 3-1. And in the clinching game, Game 5, the Yankees won 12-3. Now on to the 2001 World Series. Diamondbacks against the New York Yankees, 7 games. Diamondbacks won 4 games to 3. Game 1, the Diamondbacks won 9-1. Game 2, the Diamondbacks won 4-0. Game 3, Diamondbacks lost against the Yankees. Oh god. Give me a second here. The Yankees won game 3 2-1. Game 4. Hold on. Game 3, Yankees won 2-1. Sorry everybody. Game 4, first game went in extras, 10 innings. This is the game that was historic. That was the first game played in MLB history that went in November. The Yankees won 4-3. Game 5, 12-inning game. The Yankees won 3-2. Going back to Arizona, Game 6, Diamondbacks won 15-2. The clincher game, Diamondbacks won 3-2. I'm sorry, everybody. As you see in the background picture, that's what happened in the final game. Luis Gonzalez hit a blooper to win the game. MVPs were Randy Johnson and Kurt Schilling. And then the stats for the trade deadline players and Luis Gonzalez. For Luis Gonzalez, this was a big year for him. He played all 162 games. He had 198 hits with 728 plate appearances, with his career high of 57 home runs, with a WAR of 7.9, with RBIs of 142, base on balls 100, strikeouts with 83, bat average of 325. BABIP, his average was 297. On base was 429, slugging 688. OPS 1.117. OPS plus, the average was 100. His was 174. Roba is 459. And then for the player that they traded for at the deadline, after he got traded to the Diamondbacks, Albie Lopez, his stats were 4-7. His ERA was 4. Played in 13 games, started 13 games, completed 2 of them. Had 81 innings pitched with the ERA plus his 117, average was 100. FIP of 384.